My bad. My bad. My bad. Oh man. Oh man. Trying to. There we go. Had to get the camera straight there. Oh man. All right. All right. All right. Whew. Goodness gracious. One of the things I got to keep reminding myself not to do is try to take a last second order because I got some stuff to do. My wife need me to do some stuff with her tonight. Um, we got the student graduation, and we need to do some grocery shopping so we can fix the food for them. So I was going to try to do it earlier, but she said there's some other stuff that she needs to get. So she wanted me and her to do it later this evening. So I said, all right. So I decided, I said, let me go on and do the Fritter Friday now. I gotta she'll be done about 8:30. So about 9 o'clock, I'm gonna pick her up, maybe a little bit sooner. And and then we're gonna go and get the food and everything for the graduation and whatever else we need to do and all of that. So yeah, so that's why I was like, let me just go on and start it now. Plus, I didn't have any more. Excuse me, I didn't have any more closings. Um, so I was like, let me just go ahead on and hop up here and stuff. But yeah, that's all. So, I mean, if that's okay with you, I mean, I probably forgot to, submit to you the requisition to start sooner. So my apologies there. But it's good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Oh man. So let me type this up real quick because I just reached out to the guy to confirm a loan application for tomorrow. Dude started tripping. I mean, he was fussing and going off and all kinds of stuff. All right. And so I need to just let them know that I did reach out to him. And I've already called the loan officer. I've done stuff with them multiple times. And so the loan officer is gonna handle it, but I just need to make a note here. Let me check something. Hold on. So how's y'all week been going? What's been going on with y'all in the day in the life of notaries and all that good stuff? Um Everything's been pretty good over here. And I'll be honest, been a little slopeful this month. Okay, that's how spelling his name wrong. Things have been a little slopeful, but slightly below moderate and steady. Um, indicated, indicated he did not want to apply for a loan. Okay. All right. I have informed the loan officer. All right. So I just have to have that on record what I did. But oh man. Whew. And close all of that out. And almost not us. I got a reverse mortgage application tomorrow. So that should be pretty smooth. I think that's yeah. So far, I mean, like I said, overall everything's been pretty chill. And let me take a quick look, y'all. So how much have I done this week? So I did one, and this is all my appointments, whether notary or not. I mean, loan closing or not. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17, I'm one below what I normally do. I normally like to pop in there 18. So if I get this one with the loan application for tomorrow, that'll be 18 for the week. Pretty good. So that's 18. So then 19, 20, 22, 6, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So altogether so far, 37 for the month. 37. So 37 for the month. And what I got coming up is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. and next week I got 12. Okay, so that's decent. So 37 plus 12 carry the 2, so 49. Okay, so it's probably going to be okay. Well, then yeah, you got the week of Christmas. Yeah, it might be a 55, 60 closing week. I mean month. Maybe 60 at the most. Maybe 60 at the most. Because things like people are sort of slowing things down right now because of the holidays and all that good stuff. Yeah, I heard, man. I heard. I'm also a minister. I'm registered as a minister at the city of Virginia Beach, ordained minister and everything. So my ministry trumps your ministry. Don't be out there going to no special parties, man, just because you're out there ministering. All right. Don't be ministering in the wrong spots. Okay. Good evening. Just came off a bar closing and gained another apostille client. Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. And I know there's apostille people around here, but I just don't market for it. I really, really don't. Let's see here. What else we got? Good evening to all. What's going on, Wanda? You missed a lot of alerts. Yeah, you was on vacation last week, partying it up. Your official wedding officiant. Okay. I used to do wedding photography. I don't feel like doing. Nope, nope, nope. I ain't doing it. I'm not. I don't feel like trying to marry nobody, even though I'm a minister and I could do that. I don't even need to be aware because I can actually do it. But no, I don't. I've done 2 weddings in my life as a minister. I've done 2, and it was all right. It was all right. It was all right. hmm Yeah. Hey, look, man, you know how it goes, man. The younger ministers got to pay tribute to the older ministers. So I'll send you my cash app so you can start mhm. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure, yeah. There's certain this is the beautiful thing about life. There's certain things that each one of us are down with and not down with. That's the beautiful thing. Had I not done wedding photography and had some of the negative experiences that I had, I probably would be okay with doing wedding officiant. I'll be honest with you, I probably would. But I had some really, really negative experiences with wedding in the realm of wedding photography with a lot of the individuals. And I was like, you know what? Y'all can keep that. Matter of fact, I've never been the one to go to wedding. If I go to your wedding, it was outside of work, doing the business. I don't even think I've ever been to maybe 5 weddings, if that. And I think me and my wife has only gone to together maybe 2. So yeah, that hasn't been a thing for me. Like, okay, we get married and then we go into all these people weddings and all. No, that's just never been me. That ain't me whatsoever. And stuff. So let me get all my stuff together here. I was trying to post something on TikTok. I am no good on that daggone TikTok thing. But that's all right. Yeah, I was trying to let them know that I was out here doing my thing. So notary training, notary training, notary training. Um, Let me caveat it by saying this. I am not against training. I'm against bad, unproductive, useless, and not worth anything type of training. Um, I come from a training environment because of being in the military, just like I'm sure many of you have. And in the military, the training has to be relevant and it has to be something that you can use in a moment's notice. It has to instill in you what you need to know when the situation comes up. And if the training that you're taking does not help you, then, in that case, meaning you take training today, it could be a year before you have to implement it. But what you learned from that trainer is ingrained in you that you'll be able to use it, dot, dot, dot. CPR training, all of that kind of stuff. So like one of the examples I use, when I was in the military, they taught us how to deal with fires. So one of the things that most lay people don't realize that, of course, when there's a fire, smoke rises, we see it, but there's about 2 to 3 feet, depending on how bad the fire is, of clean air from the floor. And what you have to do is get down on your hands and knees, and that's where a lot of fresh air is still. Another thing you have to do sometimes, and when you're going through doors, is put the back of your hand up against the door to test for heat. Well, I was in a situation where a fire happened at my childhood home, and I had to use all of those techniques to go put the daggone fire out. It was an electrical fire, all of that. So, what I learned in firefighting school, as we called it, I was able to implement at a moment's notice. And even to this day, at 57 years old, I still remember what to do because of the way they trained us in firefighting school. If you're being trained um in anything, especially with this notary business, you have to be trained in such a way that it's not just about going out here and getting clients to try to make money. Because once you get the client, they expect you to perform. And a lot of the training out here doesn't teach you how to actually perform. It teaches you just how to impress them enough so they can say, I'm going to give you a chance to perform. But when you have that chance to perform, you don't actually perform. You don't really do what you need to do. And that is the problem. And then you get cut loose left and right. Just like right now, I'm working with one of the local notaries here who's working on developing a very nice signing company. They're struggling with the notaries because guess what? They're going out getting the contracts. They're going out getting the business. People aren't trusting that individual to send top quality notaries, and then the notaries aren't doing what they're supposed to do. See, it's not about getting the access to it. People always talk about, oh, if nobody will give you a seat at the table, go make your own table. Okay, you can make your own daggone table, but once you made your table and somebody puts an opportunity on there, somebody drops some coins on there and say, okay, now go do the work. You can't perform. If you can't perform to do the work, they're gonna want their money back and they're gonna take your table away from you. And then you wonder why somebody didn't invite you to their table from the get-go. Because people can see when you full of mess. They can see that even though you think they can't, even though you think you slick in the way that you present yourself, people can see through your BS and realize you full of it. They can feel your energy, your spirit, your aura, whatever you want to call it. They can sense that. So it's about being able to perform. And many folk out here, as notaries, have never been able to truly perform in their W-2. So you become a business owner. What makes you think you're just going to automatically perform? And the percentage of people who can just perform when they've been duds their whole W-2 life, where they just sat around and just, peeled the tape off, stuck it on the thing, peeled the tape off, stuck it on the thing. And then all of a sudden you become a business owner and pop, pop, pop. Look, I just looked at a documentary on Ben and Jerry, the ice cream people. They had the greatest ideas about ice cream, but the problem was they didn't know how to run a business. And even though that they was making money up to 32 million in 1 year, they realized they still didn't understand how to run the business on a day-to-day basis. So they had to hire somebody to come in and run the company the right way. So there's many of us who got great ideas, got a lot of energy, but we don't know how to run the business. And you say, well, what does all this got to do with training? If you're not properly trained to understand what is required of you as a notary, when you go out there to do the job, you're going to be focused on everything else. You're going to be worried about handing people all 15 business cards that you got. Not one for your one notary business, but here's my wedding officiant, here's my apostille, here's my general notary business card, here's my loan closing business card, here's my meditation business card, Here's my wellness business card. Yeah. Here's my Uber business card. Here's my counseling business card. Here's my fitness business card. I mean, you sitting up here more concerned about doing all of that and not realizing that that person who you're dealing with only has bandwidth for just what you're doing right now. But you're trained to push everything you got, and you just come up there and you're and you just got all of your business. So here you go, take it. Come on, take it. Take all of this, because I just need money now. Come on, take it. And that's what a lot of us are being trained in. And for the last 5-6 years, maybe more, that's been the training model. Train notaries to go out there and somewhat be a notary, but really to be a business owner and to get more business and then turn around and expand and grow and have people work for you. And just imagine, we got 16 people in here. Just imagine all of y'all was in, let's just say the same geographical area. And all of y'all decided we're going to do, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have people work for me. And then the people you trying to get to work for you, trying to get people to work for them. At what point does the notaries do the work? Because everybody's been trained what? Not to do the work, but to go out and get work and then farm it down to other people. The problem is the people you're farming it down to don't know how to do the work. And it's been that way for at least the last 6 years that I've been in the business, since 2018. It's been that way. That the average person who's getting business sent to them, the notary, they do not know how to do the work. So what I've been seeing that's going on is that some of the notary trainers out there are switching over to encouraging us to set goals, which I've always said, set goals. So set goals for dollar amounts that you want to make each month. They're not talking about what you want to make per signing, which is, I've been saying this for over 4 years, probably the whole, at least 4 years. And I'm sitting here like, okay, well, you're saying nothing different than what I've been saying for the last 4 years. You got to set a monthly goal of what you want to make. And you say, well, what's the reason why they're changing? The reason why they're changing from a, hey, let's just train to do the bit or be this notary to let's get out there and do the work, is because so many notaries are refusing to do appointments that is hurting the industry. It really is hurting the industry. And I'm not talking about the notaries who will do the lower fee orders but won't get paid, cloud signing. Okay. And the reason why I say their name, because everybody knows that's the problem they're dealing with them. They're dealing with them. At the beginning, when I did some, I got paid. All of a sudden, it's like, cricket, where's the person's money? And Ty from Ty Collective, Just Ty Collective, she talked about it on Instagram. And I agree with her. Yeah, it's some mess going on with that company. And apparently lenders out there, they have concerns. They have issues with cloud signing. Okay. So it's like, all right, cool. So we got to, I don't lost my train of thought for a second there, but hang over. What was I saying, y'all? I don't forgot, because I meant this. I wanted to say something about cloud, then I was going somewhere else. But oh, okay. So we got to figure out what we're going to do as notaries. If we're going to do this business, we got to do it, and we got to do it right. Okay. And feel free to ask any notary questions or anything in there. Oh, okay, cool. And then you said Rich is in the niches. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, man, I wish I could remember what I was just saying before I said cloud signing. But if y'all can remember, just drop a thing in there. I forgot. Y'all know I get all hyped up and everything. So, daggone, what the heck was I saying? I got to stop ad-libbing because I be throwing myself off with that sometimes. All right. I ain't worried about it. It'll come back to me. It'll come back to me. So, oh man, what the heck was I saying? I was going somewhere with it. Oh, okay. Yeah. So there's people that take these lower fee signings and thing. I got it now. I remember. So the issue is that a lot of people issues with cloud signing too. Yeah. So the issue is that there are companies, the people aren't taking the closings or any orders because of the dollar amount. Well, part of it is because your trainers, mentors, and coaches, TMCs, have pushed and emphasized don't take those low orders. Okay. I feel you. I understand. Don't take the low orders. So what has happened now is that there's this, to a small degree, an elitist type of mindset that notaries should never take orders below this dollar amount. Okay, got it. How, again, as I always ask, how do we get them to give us more money? So what I think is going on, I believe that because so many notaries are refusing to do the work of anything less than $150, maybe they've some of these companies have said, hey, notary trainers, you're going to have to tweak your message because the people who are your students are doing this. Because anybody hang, I'm not telling people, hey, don't take these orders. I'm not saying that. I'm saying take the orders. Take the orders, get a business because you don't have to take those orders forever. It's not like you got to take a $20 cloud signing forever. But sometimes it's like, okay, let me see. Oh, okay, yeah, I see. Have some experience. Show people you out here doing what you got to do. Move on. Just like you can start at McDonald's, but you don't have to be at McDonald's for 50 years unless you want to. You can move up in McDonald's in the system of McDonald's. Then cool, you at McDonald's. But guess what? You went from fries all the way up to general manager and up to a store owner. People applaud that. So there's nothing wrong with staying with somebody as long as there's growth. Some of the companies, there's no growth with some of these signing companies out here because they themselves aren't trying to grow. And I think that part of the issue right now is that the trainers are starting to see that the messaging has to change from take training, take training, take training to, hey, let's just get out here and do some work. And people are trying to, in my opinion, monetize that because I've been saying that for free for 4 years. Just get out here and do the work. But when you tell somebody that they have to be trained, and once a person has gotten a certain level of what they deem knowledge, they want more money. You go to a job and you don't have a degree, you get an associate's degree, you want more money. You get a bachelor's degree, you want more money. You get a master's degree, you want more money. You get your double doctorate degree, you want more money. And what tends to happen, and here's what I believe that is the issue. When we get education in a W-2 and they tell us, oh, I'm sorry, I can't pay you any more than what I'm paying you, what do we typically do? Go on somewhere else. The problem is when we get educated as a notary, where you gonna go? Well, I went to Cloud Signing, I went to Villa Title, I went to Carrington Mortgage, I went to Coast to Coast, I went to Comfortable Closings, I went to Professional Notary. You see what I'm saying? It's like, who do I go to? Because see, this isn't a W-2. So I think people feel that because I'm getting educated that okay, well you ain't gonna pay me, then I'm gonna go over here. But where's the here that you need to go to? You get what I'm saying? Where do I need to go in order to get the pay? So I think in 2025, the training now is going to be more focused on, and it's not even training. It's going to be us getting together to somehow say, go out there and do the work. The training should be more focused on doing proper notarizations and understanding the notarial part of what a person should do. I think the smart trainer mentors and coaches will shift and start teaching per their respective location, proper notarization in accordance with their state law. That's what we need to be looking for. We don't need to be looking for this thing of come in, learn how to quote quasi be a signing agent. And I like the way Ty talked about. She said being an agent for somebody. No, we're notaries, but come in, learn how to be. Right now, people teaching how to be a quasi signing agent or how to run a signing agent business, and then okay, now you can be a signing company. And it's like, I thought I need to be a notary. I mean, yeah, you can be, but it's better to be a signing. It's better to run your own signing company. So now you got 5,633 notaries trying to be a signing company, and they don't even know the first thing about managing $50,000 a month. See, the training now, in my opinion, needs to shift from that to being a good core notary to do the work that's out there. People keep saying there's 2 million or 2 billion notarizations done every year. Well, who the heck doing them? I guess I'm doing 1 million of them, because with all these notaries that's not out here doing the work, then who the heck is doing it? And then the question is, how much of it is being done incorrectly? And if it's being done incorrectly and that person took some kind of training, then what is the trainer teaching people? Oh, that's not my job. So that's not my job has to change. So here's what I think we need to do in force training next year. If the person isn't going to properly train you, if they're not going to answer the phone when you call, if they're going to ghost you, you need to get your money back. Matter of fact, before you spend money on them, you need to find out, what am I really getting from this? What is the goal? What is the purpose? I did a video about that called before, questions to ask a notary trainer before you spend money on them. You need to ask them questions. And I don't care how popular they are, how cute they are, how prissy they are. I don't care if it's a black woman and you sisters want to support black women. I don't care if it's a black dude and you want to support black guys. I don't care if they're Filipino and you want to support Filipinos. I don't care if they're Hispanic and you want to, or from the Dominican. I don't care. Well, that's my dog from Chicago. I don't care about the city or ethnic connection you have with somebody. Either they can do it right and get you going in the direction you need to go in, or they can't. It's that simple. And if they can't do that, then you need to go somewhere else. It's that simple. Or you just need to figure it out on your own. And there's no reason why you can't figure it out on your own. Miss Wanda had a question. Miss Wanda said, I've been so lucky 20 years in the business and never been stuck not being paid. Yeah, same. Well, maybe same for me, but 6 years now that I'm dealing with cloud signing for a few of them. I started in 2019, and it was about make over 150, 215 per signing. Wasted a lot of money when I started my business. Yeah. So I'm sitting here looking at the state of notary training, and I see people trying to shift to the discipline side of it. And yes, we need to be disciplined, but I think what's more important right now is opportunity, because I know people are real big on, okay, get up and do this daily routine, get up and say meditational words, get up and say affirmations to yourself, read 4 books a day, and all of those kind of things. But here's the thing. There are notaries out there that I personally know that are very astute in doing all of that. But they can't notarize, worth nothing, and they know they can't. And there's notaries who can do all of those things, read books, have their calendar straight, do affirmations, think positive, market like I don't know what. They do notarizations properly, but they don't have the opportunity. And what I see that is missing is not so much a training issue, it's more about having the opportunity to put on display what you have learned, which is proper notarization. The problem is what people are putting on display is just how to try to get more business out of a person. Reading everybody's closing disclosure to see how much folk are getting paid, calling the title office that's on the closing disclosure and trying to circumvent the signing company and get your own little side hustle thing or business set up and cut people out. That's what I see. And in the order to, and then you're doing that and you still mess up the notarizations. That's where the problem lies at. Now, one of the things that people have been talking about, and thanks for hitting the like button, y'all. I keep forgetting to put my little hit the like banner thing up. One of the things that people have been talking about is us coming together as a group and pushing back on this, on these low fees, on the disrespect in some cases from some of these companies. Here's the issue. If you really push back and told these companies, you need to pay me more, can they pull up your record of notarizations that you've done with them and look at the error percentage that you have? Because we know doggone well, nobody wants to pay somebody who has a high percentage of errors. You sit in your W-2 end of the year review, and they see that you've been late 30% of the time, you're not getting a raise. They see that you're constantly leaving work early, constantly clocking back in from lunch late. Yeah. See, all of those things. So when you go to try to lobby for more pay, when you go and try to demand better conditions, the first thing they're going to do is look at your behavior. So what is the current state of notary behavior? This is why I've been advocating for us to get our act together and be professional, not just in word only, but actually be professional and from the standpoint of I know what to do as a notary and I can do it right. So no matter how jacked up the order is, no matter how bad the how late the documents come and how bad the situation is, I did what I'm supposed to do as a notary correctly. So if the only reason why these loan documents did not get executed, meaning or recorded or accepted, is because of what everybody else did, I'm good. Because I can't concern myself about what everybody else did. But I'm concerned about what I'm supposed to do. And if I do my part right as a notary, then I'm good. But if I have not learned it, and see, this is where the training comes in. If they have not trained you on how to do things correctly as a notary, then when you go to these people and we come together as a group and say, we want better, ... and they look at the landscape of notaries who signed that petition and they see 80% of them are notaries that got a 30% or higher error rate, why would I want to? No, I'm not. No. And see, if we do formalize and do something different, which means we're not going to have, we won't be a part of the NNA. We can't do a union. I've already did videos on that. So we can't be a union. We then turn around and have our own separate professional association, which is doable. But now we have to give confidence and put confidence into the lender and title company, as well as the signing companies, to let them know that, yes, we're no longer part of the NNA, but you can still trust the notaries and we're going to do a great job. How do we do that? So as an organization, as the new notary fighting against the man association, or whatever you want to call it, what do we do and what is the plan to make us better? And then the question is, will the members, the non-leadership members, be willing to walk away from the NNA and be willing to step up and do their stuff right? Or will they hold on to the old training that they've done through those TMCs? Will they still keep holding on to their mess and doing what they say and trying to run the business that way? Because if they are, well, then it's going to be hard for us. It's going to be really, really hard for us. You know what I'm saying? So when you hear me say TMC, this is what I'm meaning. Trainer, mentor, coach. Okay. When you hear me say TMC, that's what I'm talking about. So we can do this. We really can. But let's just be real. Do you really want to do that? Are you really ready to step away? Because see, there's a lot of perks with the NNA, being a notary ambassador and whatever little hookups they give you. So are people willing to walk away? And now you're talking about creating a serious divide in the notary community. Now it's going to be a us against them type of thing. The non-NNA notaries versus the NNA notaries. And then you're going to have some serious money to lobby and to work. So you got to find a way. So how do we come together and then present? And then the people who come together, they look at us like, nah, now over half of your notaries, I blacklisted anyway. So if you have a notary organization that got 80% of their membership are people who've been blacklisted, now you got to work to get those people up to snuff and to prove that they can be good notaries and that they are good notaries, in order for the companies to say, okay, we give y'all your organization a shot. And then you have to have proper training within that framework, union or not union, to say that, hey, don't worry, even though we're not a part of that group anymore, you're still going to get top quality notaries here. Where's the proof at? What do we have in place? You see what I'm saying? And then the leadership is going to have to be people who no longer can be notaries, because they got to run the organization. And who do we have that is willing to do that and can do that effectively and take us down the right path without being compromised, meaning bribed some kind of way to turn us in the wrong direction? This is what I'm talking about. So I get the sentiment of us banding together, and I know we can. And see, in essence, as being a part of the NNA, that's what that should be, that we've come together, and as an association, we should be having monthly meetings about the state of the notary world and sharing our concerns with the leadership of the NNA, and then they are advocating on our behalf as an association in order to keep us in line with our state laws. So any training that is being done has to be keeping us in line with our state laws. And the association cannot and should not be influenced in any way, shape, or form by any lender, title company, or signing company. And I don't think anybody who's a TMC should be mixed in, rubbing elbow to elbow with the leadership of that organization. You see what I'm saying? And this is what I'm saying. So we're going to use Wanda as an example. So she says, nope, I'm not interested in any organizations outside or something. But let's just say Wanda doesn't like the fact that she's getting paid $85 for closing. She's never going to be a part of the new notary association group because she doesn't want to be a part of any association. So, but yet she wants the 85. She wants more than 85. So how do we get more than 85? We're in a dilemma. You see what I'm saying? So how do we make this work? How does she make this work? Can we support her? But no, the thing is, no, she's not a part of our association, so we can't support her. That's the dilemma that we're in. So how do we make this thing work for us? You got to learn this business yourself as an individual. You got to learn how to do things right in accordance with your state law. Because here's the deal. This is the biggest concern that I have. And this is what I think needs to really be communicated to on the state level concerning this, is that the way notaries are being trained and sent and told to do their jobs as notaries, violates that particular state's law. because we are bound by the oath that we swore to do things in accordance with that state's constitution and its statutes and laws and everything else, whatever else they call them. So if you're asking me to do something as a signing company, title company, or lender, or TMC, so that's 6 individuals who are telling one notary what to do. Trainer, mentor, coach, signing company, title company, lender. You got 6 different entities telling us what to do for one set of documents. And the question is all of them telling us what is any of what all of them are telling us to do in line with our state guidelines? If it is, then we cool. If it's not, we have a problem. And how do we resolve that problem? Because that's really what it boils down to, because everybody's worried about being sued. That's why everybody say, don't share your E&O. Don't tell nobody how much you got on your E&O. Okay, fine. I don't tell anybody how much E&O insurance I have. Fine. Nobody knows that I got $20 million of E&O insurance. Great. They don't know that. Here's the thing. How do we resolve being told to do illegal things? Who's going to advocate for us? Who's going to step up for us? But see, when you're properly trained, you know not to do those things. And a lot of people aren't properly trained. That's why notaries are doing what they're doing. That's why my friend here in my area is having such a hard time with some notaries, is because the notaries have been trained improperly. And I'm working with her to do some training at the end of the month. Notaries have been trained improperly. That thing's supposed to be virtual. She's getting all that set up. So notaries are being trained improperly. And when people do things wrong, you tend to do what? Clamp down on them. When your son or daughter won't do things right, you put them on punishment. You clamp down on them. When your spouse does things wrong, you do things to get their attention. And if that doesn't work, then you have somebody come in and do some counseling and talk to somebody. You're like, hey, you're doing things wrong. People are telling us that we're doing things wrong, and it's not even wrong. I got a text last night, about 10 something last night, from one of the good notary friend of mine. She, I think, in Northern Virginia, saying some title company told her that the law in Virginia has changed and notaries can now collect closing funds, provided no proof of said statute or law. Provided none, but going around telling notaries, you can now. You can collect closing funds, all because they want to save a buck on what? Wiring fees. Okay, I'll put you in contact with her. I think you. Hold on, here's my. If you. Yeah, hit me. Text me and I'll get you in contact with her. That's my number. Text me and I'll get you in contact with her. Because I've done closings for her, and she know I'll do them right. If I'm not booked already, she know my answer to her is yes. So she'll call me up or text me and say, "Hey, Griff, are you?" I'm like, "Yep, no problem. I got you." The reason why I have so much work is because companies know that I can do it and I'm gonna do it right. So availability and being able to do the daggone thing right is the key to your success. But that's not what's being taught. That's what I teach here. And see, it breaks my heart that so many people will sit up here and spend money with people all because you like her hairstyle. You like her jewelry. You like the outfit she has. You like his pants. You like the fact that he's making money. They make you laugh, all of that. And you're spending money with these suckers and you're not getting anything in exchange. That's why, and see, that's part of the reason why I don't ask people to do the super chats or the cash app me and all of that, because it's not about the money. It's about you learning what you need to learn and going out here and being great. The only thing people really pay me to do is the YouTube channel membership, the little join button, And every notary who is part of that contacts me and that works with me and we talk and they ask me for guidance, they know I'm there for them. There's not a notary that's a part of my YouTube channel membership that could ever say I've ghosted them. Now, have I been ghosted by people when they call me and I don't tell them what they want? Yeah. But there's been many times I say, hey, give me a call. I don't hear nothing. Hey, Griff, I got this question. All right, cool. Give me a call and let's talk about it. And then I never hear from them. I got this concern. Y'all see me in my chat. I'll say, here's my number. That's my Google Voice number. I said, just text me on that, and then I'll call you back, and let's chop it up and let's figure stuff out. So that tells me you're not for real, because if you really want to help, and somebody's telling you to give them a call, and here's what I've been told: well, I would have called you, but I figured you was just going to do me like everybody else and won't answer. I've had people call me and tell me, oh, I didn't think you was going to pick up. Why wouldn't I? My phone rang. I'm going to pick it up. It's that simple. But you're paying money to people who flat out won't accommodate you the way you need to, and you're not addressing it. So in 2025, with the notary training, I feel that y'all going to have to stop paying people who isn't there for you, who won't call you back, any of that. You're going to have to get your money back. If they up with that bull jive, you need to go ahead on and do what? Get your money back. You need to, as Ty said, consume the Better Business Bureau and all of them, business to consumer affairs. There are consumer laws out there that if you're not treated and taken care of properly, I don't care what you sign, if they're violating state law and guidelines because they're not delivering on what they claim, I'm just being real with you. You got a case. If you have Legal Shield, you need to be talking to your Legal Shield people and saying, hey, this is what's going down with this here, and they're supposed to be training me like this and doing this for me, but I haven't seen the results. I haven't gotten anything. Here's what is this legitimate? Is this legal? Do I have a recourse? And it's crazy because so many people got this Legal Shield that my man Phil been pushing in the notary world. And I'm not speaking negative against. I'm just telling you, I didn't buy it from him. I bought it from somebody else named Cheryl, because I've known her and I've had Legal Shield long before I ever knew who a Phil was and everything. I keep saying Cheryl. I'm thinking somebody else. Sharon Holiday. So right there. So that's who I got my Legal Shield through. And I use it. If there's a question or a concern, I'm using it. I'm calling and I'm saying, hey, I got this question about such and such and such. Somebody handed me this contract. How do I do this? Can I get a letter of non-payment? What do I need to do? What are the steps? You got Legal Shield and you ain't even using it. You see what I'm saying? So with notary training in 2025, I seriously believe that it's going to be a shift more toward notaries learning, or should be learning how to actually do proper notarizations. That's what it's going to be in 2025. You're doing proper notarization, you understanding how to properly notarize the documents that are placed before you, the signatures on those documents, understanding what an affidavit is and a jurat is, understanding those things and walking in it on a day-to-day basis. That's what I believe what's next coming down the pipeline. Now, the thing is this: many people who start shifting to that, they're going to want to monetize it. And to a certain degree, yes, I can understand that. I'm not against people making money. But the thing is this: where the real help comes in is that when you're in a closing, somebody's able to pick up the phone and answer a question for you. See, that's what I give to the people who are my channel members. When they call, they're like, hey, Griff, I'm in the signing. I need help. Now, I don't know how many channel members I got on here, but if there's a channel member that's on here that has ever contacted me doing while they're in a signing, or even before signing or right after, to get some clarification on something, and I help them, put a one in the chat. Because if you call me, I'm gonna pick the phone up, and if I don't pick it up for whatever reason, I will text you or send you a note saying, "Hey, send me a text. What's your question?" Or I'll pick up and say, "Hey, in a signing right now, I need you to text me. Just text me your question, and if you can, just send me a screenshot, of what the situation is. If you can, blur out whatever people's names and all of that." And they do, and they contact me, and I help them out. And the point of me doing that is so that they can have a good reputation with the company they're working with. Because I know not every single company, and not every single signing company, title company, or lender works in everybody's area. In other words, they're working with a signing company, especially, I know y'all know that one dude up there in Maryland. Yeah. I help people out all the time because that person from apparently will blacklist you in a heartbeat. You see what I'm saying? So I'm trying to help people not to get blacklisted. It does no good, in my opinion, for me. Okay, I can have you pay me for a class, and I teach you dot dot dot, and then you turn around, and then when you're stuck on something in a signing, because of course I can't cover everything. The question now becomes, hold on, that is a closing for tomorrow at 10 a.m. Yep, I'm gonna say yes to it. Okay, maybe I'll get it. So that's the thing. My goal is to me, you need help at that point. There's nothing wrong with teaching you stuff, but after you've been taught, you're going to see something, you're going to get tweaked with something, and it's like, I need a question answered, and it can be at the table. So you people call me, I'm like, yeah, and I'm in a signing. Yes, I'm in a signing. That's why I have earbuds. I got my earbuds, and I throw that in. I don't have to be like, okay, yeah, and then trying to stamp, put your daggone earbud in. I put the earbud in. What you got going on? Okay, got it. And I tell the customer, said, since I'm not explaining documents, I'm not sitting here giving them a rundown of every single page. And I tell the person, say, I'm in the signing, so you might hear me, just tell, say something to them. And most of the time, it's like, okay, they da, 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 da. This is your okay, and it's only for $70. Woohoo! I hope I don't get in trouble with y'all. All right. Okay. I think we good. We can. All right. Sorry about this. The check. Seller would like her proceeds. Okay. All right. We good. All right. Let me let them know. Understand. All right. And hold on one second. We'll do this while I'm on the phone with y'all. Y'all won't be able to hear her, but I'm going to just call her real quick and confirm. This is what it's all about, part of training, doing a live call and confirming with somebody the order. All right. Guess they gave me the wrong number. All right, hold on one second, y'all. Hold on. They done gave me the wrong number. Let me see, because people be typing in stuff. And feel free to ask any questions that y'all got. Yeah, lady, you're right. It has been quiet. It has been quiet. Any questions about the notary, anything? That's what it is. Okay, wrong number. Okay, numbers was transposed. Okay, all right. All right, here we go. All right, there we go. All right. Doo-doo-doo. Hope she answers. Please answer the phone. Come on now. 777-9311. Come on now. All right, she didn't pick up. Voicemail not catching. Oh, there it is. All right, hold on. Do 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 do. How you doing? This here is Mr. Griffin, the real estate notary. This message is for Ms. Collins. I'm the real estate notary to meet with you tomorrow, December the 14th at 10 a.m. for your real estate transaction that you're doing. You're selling a property. They have us meeting over there on Hatton Street in Portsmouth. Thank you. Look forward to hearing from you. Feel free to give me a text to confirm and include your name, or just give me a quick call back. Thank you. Look forward to hearing from you. Bye. All right. I got a little thrown off. I was like, "Oop, I can't say the full address." Like, can't say the lady's address and stuff. Okay, now the company's all right. We go. Still like, all right, and they're just getting some other paperwork together. All right. So, have you ever had a witness via FaceTime? The title said it's fine to do tomorrow. They said it's. I haven't heard that. No, I don't. A witness. Okay, but if a witness to what? Okay, see, they got the okay. Mm-mm, mm-mm. A witness to. I mean, okay, you got my number. You can text me any other details if you want. Jessica, FaceTime. What are they going to witness? Because if they, because we're supposed to still do a refi. Oh nah, not that I know of. Nah, because we're still, if they're going to witness, we still need to see their ID. Okay. Make sure they're at least 18 years or old. We need to see their ID. If you're recording their ID in the phone in your journal, you need the ID. I'm providing a witness, and they said I don't have to bring them in person. They said, ah, ah, okay, okay, but shouldn't that witness be signing something? Most time the witness is there, and they're supposed to sign something. Oh man, hold on. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm reading the comments and the thing. Okay, let me put them up here on the screen. Oh man. Okay, they got to provide. See, this is the thing with the title companies, and see, this goes all into this whole notaries. We get together and band together. Somebody got to provide some kind of daggone documentation, some kind of proof, some kind of statute that says the Secretary of State of Virginia will accept that. Because my first question will be, where's that title company based out of? Are they based in Virginia or are they based in some other state? Because if that's cool with their state, don't mean it's cool with our state. And if it's cool, and if they say it's supposed to be cool in our state, then where's your state statute that says it's okay to do? Keep in mind, we always talking about not getting sued. If you go into the court of law, the judge, the lawyers, they're going to want to know, if there's a jury, who said you could do this? Well, the title company, where did you get your information from? And we all grown people here, and we're supposed to do what? Get the facts together. And ignorance is no excuse. So me, I would have the person come with me. Now you can suggest that I do that, but I don't have to do that. There's nothing that said requires me to do that. Because my question then is, are you saying that they can do it that way so we don't have to pay them because they didn't actually make a trip out? Now I got to sit here and hold the phone up and say, see them. Nah, 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 dog. I'm like, I'm asking the sign to come. Like, yo, you gonna have to provide some documentation. I can't just take your word for it. I really and truly can't. Yes, I personally know the witness, but see, to me, let's just say the witness is somebody who's a notary. Well, let me back up before that. My question is this: you said it's a title company. My question is this: yeah, title. My question is this: title company. Why is it so important for you that we have a person FaceTime rather than actually be there? Why is it that important to you? Why do you feel that's something that should happen? That's the question. Why, when did this become a thing? Who told you that this could be done? Was it your boss? Was it the state of Virginia? Was it the lender? Where did you come up with this at? Now, if they're talking about that IPEN type of thing, I believe within the realm of IPEN, that can work or that's allowed, if I'm not mistaken. But again, if it's just supposed to be you and then we have a regular face-to-face refi, if that's the case, then I guess they can sign via FaceTime, ship you the documents, and then you can notarize via FaceTime. And if they say no, 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 you can't do that, notary. Why you got me driving multiple places? Because now, okay, then you have to pay me more money. See, that's when it's like the I'm gonna pay this person $20, $25 to witness. They're gonna drive to where I'm at, watch me do the thing. They're gonna witness it, and then they out. But no, you're saying no. You pull up, do your FaceTime thing. Now you take the papers and drive over. Shouldn't the customer? So now that means I got to FaceTime with the customer to watch that person sign because that's what should happen. If the witness is watching them sign, then the customer need to watch the witness sign. Because where's the proof? Because now the customer can say, I don't know if Allison, Alize, Cavassier, Hennessy actually signed the documents when Jessica took it to her. Where's the proof? I don't know. You could have just signed that. Where's the proof? Nobody can sit there and say that. Nah, nah. I wouldn't even mess with that. I'm serious. Nah. So next year, training I think is going to be dictated by us. You're going to have to clearly articulate what you need to be trained in order to do your job, which means you have to understand what the job of a notary is in order to say, this is what I want. So if you're going to be a heart surgeon, now you have to make sure you understand the heart and then make a decision as to what type of heart surgeon, because there's different variations of heart surgeons out there. So now you're going to have to ask yourself, what type of heart surgeon are you going to be? How many types of heart surgeons are there? So you got several types here. So I'm looking at Gemini: cardiothoracic, cardiac, cardiac, cardiovascular, congenital heart surgeon, thoracic surgeon. So you got what, 4 or 5 different types. So now you got to first understand the heart. Once you understand the heart, now you got to decide which realm you, which avenue you're going to go in. So that means in order for you to ask somebody for proper training, you got to understand what a notary is and is not, what you're supposed to do and do not. And from there, when you ask a person, say, hey, I need training, what kind of training you got? And they say, this is what my training is. Okay, if I know I need to get better at being a notary, because anybody can understand the documents and all of that. Because here's my thing. If you can't understand how to be a notary, then why are you trying to learn the documents themselves? Why are you trying to learn what all of these individual documents mean if you can't actually do the notary part? Why are you worrying about all the stuff concerning a document that don't even need notarization? Because if I'm not mistaken, the person who's supposed to be understanding the document is the person who agreed to go into this here transaction. That's my understanding. So whether you are that, because keep in mind, keep this in mind. Oh man, this is beautiful. When they do the e-sign, guess what? Are we there explaining stuff to them? That just hit me. Are we in the e-sign session when a person is given a document, set of documents to e-sign? Who's sitting in there explaining something to them? No one. They got to be grown up, read the daggone document themselves, and sign it. And if they choose not to read it, that's on them. So now they're gonna get with us face to face, and then all of a sudden it's stop. You can't sign anything until I take time out to explain every participle, every fragment of this document to you, so that you'll be very, very well aware and well versed in this document. No, that is not what we're supposed to be doing. They signed saying when they signed it, they're saying, I agree to the terms and conditions. Well, do you know what those terms and conditions are? Well, then you need to read it. Can you just tell me what they are? No, you read it. You're grown. This is what you decided to do. If the person can e-sign documents without us there explaining it to them, going over it to them with them, then they can do the same in front of us. Matter of fact, there's a couple of companies out there. I've done the closings for them, and guess what? There's no note in the documents. Why? Because they had them e-sign the note. Oh, that's right. They had them e-sign the note. I'm sitting here, and the first time that happened freaked me out because I'm sitting here like I'm thinking that I'm printing something, and this two or three times, and and the all three, 2 to 3 times, I think it's 3 times this has happened. I didn't even have a chance to prep the documents or look them over. I got this small package. They say e-sign. I go and I'm sitting there and I'm going through the document and I don't say anything at first. And I'm like, oh, where's the note? And then I'm like, and y'all e-signed the note, right? Yeah. I said, matter of fact, can you pull it up so I can see? And I have them pull it up and show up. There's the note. They e-signed it. You say, why did they e-sign it, Grill? Well, I'm glad you asked. The reason why they e-signed it because it didn't need to be notarized. So for you, those of you who are sitting here spending a half hour trying to explain the note and explaining to them why the dollar amount that's on the note, which is just the principal and interest, is different from what's on the closing disclosure, which show principal, interest, and taxes and insurance. You ain't got to do all that. If they felt that it was imperative for you, the notary, to explain stuff, they would have asked your hind parts to get in the daggone e-notary session with them and say, notary, hop up there and explain it. They don't do it. So why are you stressing over it? But you're trying to get so trained in doing that that you miss the most important thing, which is proper notarizations. Which is why 98% of the companies out here pissed off at us because we can't notarize properly. And that's on top of showing up on time, scanning back the documents, dropping the documents off, going back and making corrections. And then you're doing all that. And then on top of that, boom, you don't actually know how to do your job as a notary. Now, real quick, give me your thoughts on what you think about notary training. I meant to ask y'all that earlier. What are your thoughts? I think there's going to be people, again, trying to shift notaries from the money grubbing aspect to, hey, let's look at this more practical. If you want to make another $750 a month, well, let's look at how that will be done. So, and now while y'all putting y'all questions in there, I'll go ahead on and do my little thing. You know how I like to do. Um, let's run some numbers here real quick. Do, 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 do. So let's just say you want $750 extra a month. And the average fee being paid is $75. So divide that by 75. Of course, simple math, 10. I guarantee you, notary trainers are going to start saying, well, can't you just do 10 signings at that? And then and look at it. You got 75, you got $750 just like that. Because if you got more $75 signings out there than $150 signings, and you still need, whether you get 150 or not, you still need what? $175. You still need $750. So if you know you need to make $750, why wouldn't you? And let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. What if a direct client, what if an opportunity to work direct for somebody and they say, hey, look, we have these seller packages and all we pay is 75. All you got to do is show up. You just show your hind parts up, sit over here, sign, stamp, and that's it. And we got 10 of them a month. Why wouldn't you take that? This is what notary, quote unquote, notary training is going to be. They're going to be trying to train you on how to do that. That's what they're doing. Y'all know my predictions have been hitting on spot on. You know, for the last 4 years, I've been telling y'all, and my predictions have been spot on. They're getting ready to start making you pay them to tell you how to do something that simple, which is what? Just show your hind parts up, take the $75, do it 10 times. Now you got your $750. And your hind parts could have been doing that 3 years ago. And see, here's the thing. If you wasn't doing it 3 years ago, 4 years ago, last month, what's the motivation for you to start doing it now? Why would you all of a sudden change your modus operandi from I want $150 a pop to, okay, I'll take 10 $75 orders? Because if you look down on it back then, what's going to make it change now? Why would you all of a sudden look at it as something respectable? Because you have to respect that dollar amount in order for you to take it. If you have no respect for that dollar amount, you're not going to take it. You're going to be like, nah, I want, nope, I ain't messing with that. You're going to be like, nope, I ain't taking that dollar amount. That dollar amount is not what I want to take. Nope, I'm not doing it. That I'm telling you, you're going to be like, nope, that right there, I ain't messing with it. That's beneath me. Because you respect 150, but you don't respect the 750. No, I thought you meant 75. You don't respect, because you have the opportunity. The question is, if you have the opportunity to make $750, and the way that you need to make it is like ... It may not be the way you want it, but it's something that you know you can get. Why wouldn't you take it? And you get a situation where all you got to do is just show the heck up. You ain't got to print nothing. You ain't got to scan back nothing. You ain't got to drop nothing off. And you mean to tell me, because it's not $150 a pop, you can't just go in there and do that 10 times? Help me, somebody. Why can't you do that? Why is that beneath you? See, that's the question you have to ask yourself. Because that's the question your bills are going to your bills are going to ask you. That's the question your hungry kids are going to ask you. That's the question your frustrated spouse is going to ask you. That's the question your in-laws are going to ask you every single time you turn around and have to ask them for money. They're going to be like, why can't you just, I thought you said you see orders, or somebody offered you, why can't you take that? Nah, see, you ain't going to be trying to work me like a dog. Nah. I don't put too much money into this thing. Who told you to put that money into it? But I don't put too much money in this just for some $750 and $50. Nah, I just realized I forgot my fritter. I had bought my fritter. I got my donuts and I left them downstairs. Daggone it. Correct. I agree. I agree. The people who aren't willing to take the 10 $75 orders now are not going to do it. So, but and what's going to happen is they're going to be spending money for some type of group get together or what have you, and wasting their money, thinking that they're going to find something else. You're right. And see, I think these trainers are going to try to change the herd mentality. The problem is some of them have created the herd mentality. They've created this, and that's going to be a problem because it's going to take a while to shift that from the I want 150 to okay, I can see myself making 750 off of 10 orders, where they want to make that same dollar amount off of maybe 5 or 6, because people get all hyped up and excited over what high dollar amounts. So this is what I'm hearing from various notary trainers out there. I've been seeing it little spurts, and people have been contacting me and telling me about stuff, showing me different clips and stuff where they're like, "Yeah, you can just, if even if you just start off with a small goal of $400, $500, $700." I'm like, that's what I've been saying for the last 3 4 years. So what's crazy is that people who've been listening to me say that will then turn around and pay them for telling them that now, when you could just go and do it. You don't need to pay somebody to set a monthly dollar amount goal that you want. You don't need to pay somebody to motivate you and encourage you to go out there and do it on a day-to-day basis, because if it's not already in you and you're not willing to do it within yourself on your own, and yes, I understand there are some people that need a little bit of help, but after some point in time, you're supposed to be doing this on your own. And wasn't that the theme for the last 4 years with these trainers? Oh, I'm not going to help you. I'm not going to motivate you. I'm just giving you the information and you go do it. Here's the water bottle. I'm not going to show you how to open it, but here you go. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink it. So all of a sudden now they know how to make you drink it. They know how to make you drink the water now. That's the point that I'm trying to get to. All of a sudden, the notary trainers know how to get you to drink water. But for the last 4 years, they've been saying, "Oh, we can lead them to water, but we can't make them drink it." I mean, you have to understand, Griff. They're just, they're who they are. And if they wasn't, if they didn't really want to be in this business, they shouldn't have gotten into it. I'm like, okay, but can't you help them? No, 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 no. I mean, my time is valuable. So now all of a sudden, people got time to help you learn how to drink water. Good agua. That's what I'm seeing, is that now they know how, oh, I can help you, pay me and I'll help you drink water. And that's all I've been doing the whole time I've been on here, for free, helping you to drink water, showing you that it's right there. All you got to go do is do it. Again, I don't know what you need, but again, I understand some people, they need their hand held. They want to feel touched. They want to be touched symbolically. They want to feel like they're part of the cool kids club. The problem is, if you really think about going all the way back to High School Musical, the cool kids, although they had a whole entourage of people around them, only the cool kids benefited. None of the people that was not a part of the cool kid, people just hang around the cool kid, but if you're not the cool kid or a cool kid, you don't get nothing. You work on the behest of the cool kids. You serve the cool kids. And that's what many of you have been doing with your pockets. with your wallets. As a seasonal notary, you can dictate your prices. New notaries, you have to gain experience before you can dictate to. Correct, correct, correct. As seasonal, I said seasonal. My bad, man. My bad. I'm like seasonal. I'm like, okay, I'm a Christmas time notary and I want $400. But as a seasoned notary, yes. And it has gotten to that point with me. But see, the problem is many of you notaries, and partly because of the way these TMCs are dealing with you, you're impatient. You can't just wait. You want to get it now. But again, as I've said many, many times before, the reason why you want to get it now is because you spent so much money in getting to the point of at least trying to do this business. You spent 3-4 grand. You've bought websites and logos and fancy business cards and all of this stuff, and then went to about 3 or 4 different conferences and meetups before you ever even took an order. And then the first order you get, because the standard fee in your area is $75, you like you like nope, I ain't doing it. Because you have in your heart and in your mind everything the trainer just told you, everything the mentor and the coach told you, which is what? You're worth more. And I'm not saying that you're not worth more. What I'm saying is, how do you get somebody to view you as that more? Many of you are married. Many of you been in relationships, and the person who you're dating, they've made up their mind at the value that they have. They have made up their mind on the level of value that they placed on your life. They value at this here, and that's how they're gonna treat you. And it doesn't matter how much you do for that young man or that young woman, that old man, that old woman. It don't matter how much you do for them. That's how they value. They value you here. You can show up to work and give them a ride every day. You can have their clothes pressed. You can take care of the kid. You can do everything. Give them all kind of spending money. And guess what? That's where you value that. And then somebody that don't do half or whatever, the value for that person is up here. So how do you get them to look at you as more valuable than what they currently look at? Because if they can't look at you in a more favorable light, they're never going to give you more favorable things. So how do we get the signing company, the title company, the lender to look at notaries in a more favorable light? Well, I think it centers around training, yes, proper training, and then what are we being trained in? And then this is where we, the notaries, this is where the association that we are part of, in conjunction with our state, we have a conversation with the lenders and let them know this is the proper way that notaries will perform, not should or will perform when conducting loan closings for your organization. This is what they are allowed to do. And then that same conversation has to be given to who? The title company. I don't even count the signing company in it, because the signing company, being unregulated as they are, they pop up and pop down. So therefore, that means I think the responsibility will be on the title company to ensure that whatever signing company they hire to get notaries understand the same thing. That this is how the notaries in the state of Virginia are going to perform. Do not ask them to do any of these things here. If you do, we're done with you. You will not have a notary doing ... You will not ask a notary to perform ... And the notary is going to operate in this realm here. Even if the notary is outside of the scope of what they're supposed to be doing, you're still not supposed to try to get them to do anything illegal. That's the conversation that needs to be had. And that is 100% the conversation that nobody wants to have, because people are afraid that it's going to interfere with the amount of money that they're going to be able to make. They're afraid that it's going to slow things down and make things more difficult. Well, if you want it done right, you can't be in a hurry. If you're not going to be thorough, then why are we doing this? Because we keep saying, oh, I'm being a professional. I'm going to be a professional at this. I'm professional at this. I'm professional at that. Got it. Wanda says she'll take the $1075. Because there's not a bill in this world that would say, oh, don't do that. There's not a bill that you have. I got a bill right here. Right here. Matter of fact, I ain't even open it up. Let's see, y'all. Boys and girls. Let's see what the bill is that Griff got to pay. And let's see. $134. This here is for termite stuff. So my annual thing. $134. So I do $275 orders. That right there gives me that money. Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. All right. Matter of fact, I'll pay this tonight. That's what it's all about. We're trying to make money to pay our bills. I'm not trying to make money to be famous on TikTok, Instagram, or anything else. I'm not trying to be all of that. But y'all getting caught up in the wrong thing. I'm telling you, you're getting caught up in the wrong thing. And now people are going to find another way to get your money, because people are realizing that, you know what, spending money on this training and I don't have the opportunity to even do it. Why am I spending money with you? Oh, well, here's what we can do now. Now all of a sudden you want to shift and change. Well, the stuff what you're shifting and changing into, that should have been a part of it from the get-go. That's why from day one I've been like, you need to get experience. And there's companies out here that's like, okay, you got experience. I got companies now that it's all I got to do is tell them, here's my fee. Okay. Because I've proven myself and it took some time and I was willing to be patient and wait and build up a resume. But if you're not willing to be patient and wait, then I don't know what to say. I mean, you're going to have to find you something else to do. You really, really be famous. I love being, and I'll be honest, I love influencing people to go in the right direction. But some people get caught up in their emotions. There's a lot of gentlemen that get caught up in their emotions about the money because they may have a lot of financial obligations that they have with their family. Not saying that young ladies don't, but I'm talking from a man perspective. And that pressure that's on us, and it's like, I'm going to do whatever I got to do. And we end up doing stuff that we shouldn't be doing, but I got paid. I just don't want to wake up in jail tomorrow. I really, really don't. I'm concerned about waking up in lockup. No, I don't want that. It says, are you doing training again, girl? I never did get a chance. Yes, give me a holler. I'll tell you about it. 797. Hit me up. 32. Hope I typed that in right the first time. Yep, there you go. Let me go. Okay, yeah, I did. The first time I typed it in right. Yeah, hit me up and everything. You see, you mean the fake foolery? Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's my number. Text me there and everything. And we'll work this thing out. We'll see. All right. So I really think we can do it ourselves. It's not that hard. I've done videos on the stuff. But if you really just need somebody else to tell you what to do, and to be honest, now you got to ask yourself this one question. Do I want somebody else to tell me what to do so that if this thing that I'm trying to do called notary doesn't work, I can blame them? Am I looking for a fall person, FALL? Do I'm looking for a fall person or a fall guy, fall woman that I can blame for me not succeeding? So if I learn it on my own and I don't execute it right, that's on me. But if I take your training and it don't work, then that's because you didn't do it right. You didn't train me right. Well, the problem is you don't even know what you're supposed to be doing as a notary. So because you don't know what you're supposed to be doing, you really can't ascertain whether or not that person is even going in the right direction for us helping you to get from point A to point B in this business. You see, that's where it becomes a problem. I think it's important for people to be trained by a notary in their state. It will help Correct. I agree, Boo Bye. I agree, 23. I 100% agree. Now, the question is, can the people who's training in those individual states do it in accordance with state law? Because if you can't do it when in accordance with state law, you know what I'm saying? So again, it goes back to, what are you trying to train me in? Because every trainer has a theme. So trainer, what is your theme? What is it that you're trying to train me in? And thanks y'all for hitting the like button. We only got 15 likes. Let's get them likes up. If you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. The question is, what am I supposed to be getting trained in? What is it that you tend to lean toward training? If that person comes from a background of marketing, that's what they're going to focus on. You'll learn Canva all day, every day. You ask them a question about proper notarization, they're going to start peeing and pooping on themselves. They ain't going to know what to do, how to do it, why to do it. They're going to be like, oh, and that's how people, you think about it. When you start asking detailed questions about how to do the business that they didn't cover in their training, that's when they ghost you. Every single time. People get ghosted when they start asking certain questions. You think about it, just like in the movies. You know, you're going along and you just part of the this questionable group, and then the moment you start asking questions about, hey, what happened to so and so, and they looking at each other like, all right, you know what to do, and then they off you, and it's like, dang, oh. When you start asking certain questions, you start getting too nosy. Well, why do we gotta do it this way? Them notaries are blacklisting you left and right. They are blacklisting you left and right. That's where the problem is. So you're right. People need to be trained by the folk in their state, which means now the state needs to step up. And when I say train, I don't mean, okay, we go grab somebody from another part of the country just to have some training, just so that person can get money in their pocket. And that's what's happening. People are doing stuff. So, okay, I'm gonna hook my friend up so they can make some money. But what are you doing for the notary? I mean, they just gonna have to. So I gotta go. So I gotta spend money with you to be in your presence, and then go figure it out on my own. That's what you literally are telling me. Spend money to be in your presence so that the person who you're cool with from high school, who you done told to get in this notary business, that started doing whatever, made a journal or whatever. Now you having a whole conference just so you can introduce that person, make money off the conference fee, and then make money by sticking this person up there. And all I need is a question answered about how do I fill out this notarial certificate, and you can't do that. You can't help me with that, but you can make sure that I spend money on a product that your friend has that I don't want or need. That's the problem I have. That becomes the biggest problem. So, any other questions, people? Any other questions concerning the notary business or anything? Drop it on me real quick. Um, hmm. Oh, okay. So yeah, drop it on me. Any questions that you got? Any questions that you got? Any concerns? Anything that done popped in your head concerning this business? I would like to know. I know I've been running my mouth, but I would love to answer any of your questions that you have out here concerning this business. And I think I forgot to update the order that I talked to them. Let me, yep. Mm-mm. Said I started doing the boom, but didn't get good training on the loan signing part. Now I see a lot of the gurus have abandoned their channel. That is correct. And they abandoned their channel because they're no longer able to make the money. What y'all have to realize is simply this. A lot of those gurus was never in it to help you. They was in it to help them to get money for them, a low hanging fruit. They figure, oh, that's a low hanging fruit. Train notaries, and I'll make a ton of money. And if I get, I mean, bump it. We got to do it this way. We gotta do it this way. All right. We got to do it this way. So some of them were charging on average $30 a month. So $30 a month, we know the numbers. $30 a month times 10 people, that's 300. But if they're getting $30 a month times 1,500 people, they rolling in the dough. All they got to do is 4,500 people, 45,000 a month times 12. That's why a lot of them quit their jobs, because they was pulling this money in. And then as time went by, and the notary side of the house for you started slowing down, and you wasn't making the money, or you realized that that person pretty much was tapped out on what they can say and how they can help you, and then you realize that all they was doing was just bragging about what they were going to buy, what they bought, and what they should have bought, but they really didn't have anything of substance. That $540,000, that $500,000 that they were gone. And just imagine if they was doing that with 3 or 4 different streams of income. Ooh. I'm not mad at them. I'm just questioning whether or not you're doing it to really help me out. And now that that stream of income has dried up, they moved on to the next thing. They say, you know what, I'm out. And they don't give a flip about you. They really don't care. They never cared at all, because they told you straight up, my time is valuable. You want my time, you got to pay me. I don't have small talk. I don't just chit chat. People just call me up just to chat, and just to ask me how I'm doing. Young lady called me last night. Me and my wife went out to Publix, the new Publix that opened up here in Virginia Beach, and she called and said, "Hey, yeah, I talked to somebody earlier today, and they had just nothing but high compliments for you. It was a signing company." And she said, I didn't even tell them that I knew you and that you was my mentor. And she said, I just want to say thanks to you and your wife and your children. So I get phone calls like that all the time. People just saying, hey, thanks. Not, it's not about money for me, because I'm going to work to make my money. But I find it ironic that they will take all these, they will have a system set up to where they can get paid as little as $30 a month and be happy with that times 1,500. Yeah, times 1,500. But they tell you you shouldn't take an order that low. And I get it. But the question is, if there's nothing else that's out there, and the people who I do talk to, they say, all we can pay you is this, then how do I get more? Which is the same question that when the person comes to your house door to door, knocking on it saying, hey, I want to sell you this, that, and the other. He said, well, I don't really need it, but I mean, if I were to buy it, I can give you $25. Well, no, it's 50. Well, all I got is 25. What can you do for 25? I can't do nothing for 25, because I have to sell it for 50. Hey, I got this order for 50. Well, I want 125. All I can do is pay you. This is all I got. Well, I ain't doing it. Okay. I mean, how do we get them to give us more when they may not have more? It may not be in their business model to give us more. Case in point, Ben and Jerry. And I'm gonna link I'll put the link in later here, and I'm gonna put it on my community tab. Very nice documentary about them. One of the things that was causing them to not make profit, they was giving two people too big of ice cream scoop. The ice cream scoop was too big, and the cost of the ice cream per scoop is what was making it hard for them to make a profit. They had people coming in because they got all this ice cream, but if that bucket was worth $45, $45 of ice cream, and they're scooping out $1.50 worth of ice cream instead of 85 cents worth, and they not making money. And that's what happens with these signing companies and title stuff. So maybe y'all get it, maybe you don't. I don't know. I don't know. Griff, in my opinion, all notary training should be certified by the State Department of State. I agree. I agree with you, man. I do agree. And that's why I don't like it when people want to call in. They want to talk about doing training, but they always want to get people outside of the state, outside of your region to do it. And it's because, well, I'm cool with them. And they got this really nice product. I don't care about the product. Or what do you teach me about my notary laws? Nothing. Then what are you trying to? I'm just trying to sell you bottles of water, notary bottles of water. We got this special notary water here, and this special notary water will help you to stamp better. I'm like, okay. So printer thingy. I did a video on that not too long ago. I did a video about that not too long ago. This one right here, selecting the right printer and scanner for your business. I will link. I will drop the link in here, and I will also put it on my on my community tab and stuff. So you can look that over. The reason why, and I explained it in the video, the reason why it's hard for me, and really I'm not able to say this is the best because in my opinion, in order for me to say this is the best low budget printer and scanner, one, I would need to know what your budget is, which I don't know. You don't have to say anything here, but I don't know what you consider low budget. What I know is that we need something that has that we can print letter and legal. You need a scanner that can do at least 45 words a minute or more, or maybe really 50, 60 words a minute, not 20 or 30, because that's just going to take forever. So I don't know what the budget you would have is. And since I have not actually done all, purchased and worked with all those different individual scans, I wouldn't know what's the best, because then the question would be, what are the specs that you're looking for to deem it best? So what's the price point, and what does the printer have to be doing in order for you to consider it good enough for you to say this is the best printer at this price? And because I don't know those particular factors, there's no way I can actually say, okay, this is for the $400 that you're willing to spend, here's the best printer. It's hard for me to do that. It's honestly hard for me to do that. I don't think I can honestly just do that, because I don't have the necessary data to be able to make the proper decision to tell you that. But in that video, I go over different things, my thought process on how I come to the conclusion of it, the different factors that I have. that's the best I can share with you and everything. So, any other questions or concerns? um, I'm going to send this lady a text real quick, letting her know that the notary called. And this is Griff, the real estate notary. Real estate notary, please call to confirm your 10 a.m. closing on December 14th. All right. And then I need to actually put the name in there. All right. Good evening, Mrs. What is her name? Any other questions y'all got? Someone told me to use my phone to scan, but I know it was, yeah, I use that sparingly. I use it for maybe say 20 pages or less. I will use it for 20 pages or less. Most definitely for like 1 or 2 pages, something like that. Yeah, I will use it for something small. All right, sent her a text and then update the order to let them know that I sent a text. But yeah, I would just yeah, I use the phone sparingly. You got to have the right lighting, all of that. Sent text. All right. So they updated stuff. I don't know if I'm supposed to meet this guy tomorrow, so I got to send them a note. Um, am I meeting with Mr. Has he agreed to complete the loan application? All right. All right. So, any other questions, concerns, thoughts? I don't think so. I think all hearts and minds are clear. That's one of the preaching things that you're going to have to learn how to do there, Oswald. You sit back, you look around at everybody, and you say, all hearts and minds are clear. All right. We're going to have the choir take us out of this wedding, singing their rendition of, and then you come up with a song. But yeah, Kim, give me a holler. Text me so we can coordinate. I love to talk to you so I can answer any other questions that you have. We'll get you straight with the printer and all of that good stuff. Yeah, yeah, we'll get you straight. There are options out there. The main thing is going to be making sure we understand what your budget is and go from there. And I will say this: there are a lot of people who started off with a basic printer that did letter and legal, and then once they got their money together, they bought something better. So some people, they didn't start off like this. They started off real modest, slow printing, this, that, and the other. And then once they got their money up, then they was able to buy them something different. And I started off with one printer, 2 trays, went to 2 printers with 2 trays. Now I got 2 printers with 3 trays. So it just takes time, but you just keep pushing it, pushing it, pushing it, your business, and you'll get there. And I'm gonna help you out with that. So you ain't got to worry. I will help you out with that. So um I hope the video was informational and was helpful to y'all. But again, I'm not against people making money. I just want them not to screw people over in the process of doing it. However, I know that they are not going to listen to what I'm saying, so I'm encouraging you to make sure you don't get screwed over. do what it takes, and you'll be fine. All right. Y'all have a good one. Talk to y'all later. Peace.